The shower room at McClymonds High School slowly drips water from the leaky shower heads as the team prepares for another day of practice. Water running down the drain with no one there to fix it. Running onto the field is LaVon Washington, one of the great success stories on this McClymonds team. LaVon has verbally committed to the University of Washington, where he will play on scholarship next season. Watching LaVon run toward success is a contradiction to where he started. LaVon was born to a teenage mom with a dad who was never around. The mom gave LaVon up to his Aunt Kathy, who could no longer care for the boy as she headed off to college.
And my grandmother had told me to go get him. And I'm like, no, I don't want no kids. And she like, you need to go get that baby. And I was like, girl, I'm living my life. Like, I am not. So when I get there to see Kathy off, she was like, I said, where LaVon going? And she said that he was going with her neighbor. I think it's like an extended cousin of ours, but I really don't know him. And I was like, girl, just give me this kid stuff. So I just took his stuff and took him on.
Alberta is a cousin to LaVon, but just barely. For this 19-year-old to take in a 3-year-old boy that day changed LaVon's life.
I think my world would be a little bit different, or maybe even a lot different, if I would have went in a different direction. And I'm glad that I had the opportunity just to be raised by someone special that would take time out to do something like that.
So there they were, a young woman and her new son. As it turned out, Alberta had all the tools to do a good job raising the boy. She had been a babysitter and learned about parenting in school and from her extended family. Alberta is working now at McClymonds, making sure students are doing their work in an after-school program. But having a son did change her life.
Yeah, I went from no kids to 50 kids.
What do you mean 50 kids?
Because whatever LaVon do, I do it. So all of his friends, like, I don't really let him hang out. So when he want to do stuff, I'll just allow all the kids to spend the night at my house. And then that way I know they're safe and they still get to have fun.
To make sure LaVon stayed out of trouble, Alberta had him on a program.
So it was like you go to school, you go to after school program, you go to Boys and Girls Club. And then once he got to high school, it was the same program.
If LaVon did get into trouble, Alberta was always there with the discipline.
Like, for example, in the 8th grade, I had 1 F, and I had to stand outside because I was really like a real class clown. I used to joke a lot and make fun of people and stuff like that, and I had to stand in front of the school early morning with a sign that said, I am a class clown, and I have not got an F ever since.
All of the discipline from Alberta and hard work from LaVon has paid off with a college scholarship.
It's over, touchdown!
The two choosing Washington for its focus on academics. LaVon will stay on the program. A son of a mom who now lives on the streets and a dad who is in and out of prison, still LaVon is a success because one woman stepped up to make it so.
We have open talks about my biological parents, and I know everything that goes around and that they're dealing with and everything, and I see really most of the stuff that they're dealing with, so it really doesn't bother me like that anymore. It did, but then I just got over it.
When God gives you talents, you use them. And that was one of my talents, and to raise a kid. And he blessed me with it, and I just do whatever he tell me to do.
That's great. It's hard for any kid to get a scholarship, and for what he's done and the situation he's been in, I mean, he defeated all odds, so it's a good story.
LaVon was determined to be nothing like the dripping water in the McClymonds shower. His life would not go down the drain. His determination to succeed, despite his genetic parents, was huge. And whenever LaVon started to drip away, there was one generous woman there to fix it.